you've got a few like practical tips that you're wanting to share. What are some of those that are like, man, this is like something that will really help you start to get consistently into the six figures?
So I have them here on my phone. I'm
Let's
going to
do
share
it.
a couple.
Okay.
You can tell me if you don't agree with these because some of
Okay.
these might be controversial. So the first one
Yeah.
I have is
What is up? Welcome back to the CA Power Player Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Askins. I'm back in studio, and man, do we get a good freaking episode. I know I say that every single time, but like I'm telling you, this individual that I'm about to introduce, the interview's got almost 7,000 views in the last 7 months. She crushed on the last podcast. Also, anytime we could highlight extremely successful women in our industry, I think we should do that more. She helps single moms. She helps moms in general. She helps, moms that are looking for another career or some side hustle or part-time income. And really, we talked about last time how she sold 245,000 in 4 months. Well, I'm here to tell you that she's moving into helping other people succeed. However, she was able to personally produce $645,000 in 2024. She's incredibly impressive. I'm excited to welcome her back. Please welcome Mallory Kroos.
thank you so much. That was an amazing introduction.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been practicing it all day for hours. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'm impressed with you. Number one, you have really good energy. You're always smiling. Also, you're always incredibly. I think that's why we get along so well. You're always incredibly like, I don't know, just nice and respectful and kind, and where's that? Have you always been like that?
I guess so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Where's that? I think that's there's so many like little intangible things when it comes to business that, to write 645,000, most people think you've got to be this like super type A, aggressive, incredibly direct. I'm going to like either going to buy or die. Like that type of personality typically is the person that produces 645, by the way. I think you could probably attest to that.
Actually, let me tell you something. First of all, you said about me being really nice. I think I actually attribute that. I'm from Louisiana, and everyone in
Mm,
Louisiana, super nice, super friendly, super open, welcoming.
yeah.
So I think that's where it comes from. But I have to be honest, I am not the nicest salesperson.
Okay.
I always tell my agents, I'm not the client's friend until we're in the application. So
Mm,
I feel like if you're too nice in the beginning on the sales calls,
yeah.
they're going to talk your ear off and then they might not buy from you. So I want to earn their trust. I want to be knowledgeable. I want to be an expert, but I don't want to be too nice. So I have to be honest. I'm not the nicest
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
until they're a client. Then I love them and I take very good care of them.
Correct. No, that's good though. That's really good feedback because like I can attest to that. Like early on in my career, I struggled because I was like, okay, I got to be their best friend, and then I would spend 4 hours and they wouldn't buy anything, and I'm like, hey, what the freak's going on here?
Oh,
You
they'll
are,
have a long conversation with you, and then they'll say, "Well, I gotta go now," and you're like, "What?
yeah,
I thought I had the sale." And
correct, correct.
I tell my new agents all the time, "You're really nice, but don't think that that's how you're gonna make the sale. You got to keep
No,
it on topic, you know."
100%. And a lot of sales reps actually think that the more time I spend with someone, eventually they'll just buy from me. Well, that's not necessarily true either.
Yeah, it should be like that, but it's not.
Yeah, if it was, then it would make it easier, really. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not. It's not. That's good feedback to hear because there's a lot of new agents that come into this, and I feel like they do have trouble getting control. They get ran over. They allow the consumer to talk, their head off, and then they don't end up doing anything, or they get a lot of "I want to think about it, call me back," that type of stuff, which I don't get a lot, and I really never got a bunch just because of the who I was as a salesperson, just like you, which is
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
You've got to take control of the call. You've got to be okay with being a little bit dominant
Mm,
because clients kind of want to be told what to do.
yep.
I find that if I go into a call and I don't really have a clear framework of where the call is going, or I'm asking too many questions in the beginning, they try to take control, and then I got to take the control back.
True.
So I think you need to go into the call with a clear intro, what you're going to talk about, what the purpose of the call is, and stay in control. So
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. That makes perfect sense. When you say also, as you guys are listening, we're already giving away a bunch of tips, right? The first interview, Mallory did some amazing content and training and knowledge, but we dived into her story and what happened and those kind of things. Uh, she even got one comment that like, "Hey, I need more tips." Well, I can promise you, she is going to bury you in tips today. That I
I'm
can assure you of, right?
ready right here. Yeah.
That's competitive. That's competitive Mallory coming out, by the way, right? That always happens to me. I get these crazy comments on YouTube, and I'm like, all right, I'm showing them. Uh,
Yes.
have you always been um, competitive?
I think that I've become more competitive in this industry because I started in it and I was like, wow, I'm actually really good at this.
Hmm.
This is something that I'm doing well naturally at. And then once you get into those leaderboards, I mean, it's day to day. People are passing each other up, and I worked with a lot of young guys. Insurance is very male dominated, which is great, but I wanted to prove myself, and so yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I think this has brought the competitiveness out of me. And I have to admit, since I've kind of transitioned from like a top sales agent, like last year selling so much, and then this year focusing more on growing my agency, it's been a huge hit to, I guess, my ego or like what I'm used
Yeah.
to, because I'm
Yeah.
used to seeing my name at the top. And, now I'm pouring energy into other agents and watching them succeed.
Mm,
But it's just a transition. And I don't know if you've ever gone through that, but it's kind of taken a step
big
back
time.
for like a bigger goal and a bigger purpose.
Yep. Yep. It's I would agree. Like it's my brand, but like it's a lot of it is helping other people. A lot of it is spotlighting other people successful in the industry, like yourself.
Yeah.
Like we host the 8% conference. We're expecting a couple thousand people there this year. We have we're showcasing and highlighting really the industry as a whole. And so yeah, I think early on it was like it's the Cody show, but no, I mean I want it to be the everybody show. I want everybody to win. I want to help everybody. I like a team atmosphere.
And
Which is
it's just so much more fun to win as a group.
hey man,
When you're the only one winning, it's kind of lonely.
yeah, yeah.
Then when you have a team and they're all winning, and when you have those days, as an agency owner where the team's winning and everyone's making sales, like nothing beats that feeling. Like I live for that. It
Yeah,
doesn't happen every day, but it happens a lot, and it's a good
true.
feeling.
It's a
So
great feeling, and it's an even better feeling seeing somebody else's name in lights that you helped get there and make money. I learned it
yeah.
about myself a long time ago, helping a couple agents in Northern Missouri. It's part of my story, but
Mhm.
I enjoyed that and seeing other people win more than just seeing me win.
I have an agent right now that's just this past couple of months, she started rising up, and it's just seeing myself in her, like the things she's saying, like the way her mindset's changed, just like
Mm,
things in her life is changing. And I'm just like, this is so great, and I just want to replicate it. But I've also learned that you can try so hard to make people get it, make people work hard, but it's very much, you can't make other people want it as much as you wanted it, and you can't want it more for them than they want it for themselves.
amen.
And so it's been amazing to watch her, because I'm like, something had to click in her mind. And she said, I realize it's just going to be hard, and I've got to just do it on hard mode. And when
Mm,
she made that decision, and it literally is a decision, and that's what I want everyone listening to know, it is a decision that you make, that
true.
you're going to stop waiting till it gets easy. You're going to stop waiting till this thing in life slows down, or that, this thing changes. You just decide, I'm going all in,
Amen.
and then everything just starts lining up for you. That's what I've seen.
Yeah, same, same. It's amazing when you really it's almost like some people have to get fed up, or just like so broke or so pissed off that they're just like, screw it, I'm going for this thing.
I
You
say
know?
that I say that to my agents sometimes. I'm like, being pissed off is my superpower.
Mm.
Like when you get pissed off, that's
Oh,
like a special kind of energy. Like pissed off that you're at the bottom of the leaderboard, pissed off that you only made 3K this month, just an example. Like
yeah.
you need to get pissed off so you're not okay with the status quo anymore. And
Amen.
so I will tell agents, I had a conversation last month because one of my agents, like, I know he didn't do as well as he could have. And I said, you have my permission to get pissed off.
Mm.
I'm pissed off for you. And then this month, now he's going. Now he's already
It's
like,
cool.
you know, done way better than he did last month. So being pissed off is a superpower. It's not a
Yeah.
bad thing.
Yeah. I'm going to interrupt the podcast to tell you about our Kaboom leads that are literally blowing up. If you would love to never get disconnected numbers or wrong numbers ever again, then you will love our leads at Kaboom Leads. All of our lead types, we text the prospect a 6-digit security code. They go back in the funnel and put that in to verify that it is a real accurate cell phone number, and they've responded to a text message. We do this for all of our lead types. If you haven't tried Kaboom Leads, you can use coupon code podcast to get 10% off of your very first order at CABOOM.com. Back to the show. It's incredible. Sounds like you're just continuing to get better at helping other people win and succeed, which is such you've had agents for a while, but like, going through taking a back seat on personal production as much to really help other people win. Like, because to do 645 and then not do it, probably not even close, because it's like, hey, let's get the team to 6 million, 60 million, whatever, how does someone get to 645 in a year? Like, in our industry, it's such a massive number, I realize you're a part of an organization that, it's a little bit more normal. We can call it that, which is great. And y'all really set that bar, which is cool. But where does that come from to want to go? Was it like, hey, I want to do 600? Like, what was the goal for the year?
It's so funny you say that. So my goal was actually 800,000. So the year before I did 425, and I remember being on stage, and Sean Mike at FFL, he would take the microphone to everybody and say, "What are you going to do next year? What are you going to do next year?" And I stood on the stage and I said, "I'm going to do 800,000," because I was thinking, "Oh, I'll just double it." And so I was honestly disappointed in myself when I only did 600 whatever. And I was like, "Oh, that, it just didn't seem like enough to me."
Mm-hmm.
So, but looking back, it's still amazing. The thing is, there's always someone doing better than you. There's always someone that sells more than you, but you can only compare it to where you were before. The thing that I'm learning is, like, you're really competing with yourself.
True.
And I know, that might sound trite, but you can't focus on what everyone's doing around you. Focus on beating yourself last year. What did you do last year? Let's, improve on that. As far as how I did it, I just bought a lot of leads. I think the thing that people don't realize is when you're doing a really big number, and I can only speak for myself and the people I know, you're just spending a lot of money on leads.
Mm-hmm.
And so when your production is high, your AP, your IP is high, it's because you spent a lot on leads, which also means your expenses were high. Now, I still made a really, really great net profit. I made a lot of money. But, depending on the lead that you're doing, you're spending a lot. So it's not rocket science, guys. It's just scaling. It's a business. You buy more leads, you sell more. That's it. And then just booking I was doing mortgage protection, which I still do. I love mortgage protection. I believe in it. And just booking my calendar solid and just, making magic right here at my desk, like just every day, just making it happen. So,
cool.
So yeah, it was great.
How much did you spend on leads last year?
A lot.
What is a lot?
I probably spent, this is going to be the headline from this, I can tell. I probably spent about 270, 250, 270 on leads.
Wow. 5K a week.
Yes, that's what I spent. Yeah. And I will say I'm not spending that much anymore. I changed my strategy and I'm happy with it.
Good.
But I don't regret the way that I ran my business the past, year and a half, because look, I was making a lot of money. I cleared a lot of money, and also those big numbers, they show what you're capable of, and people are attracted to that, and it, gets your name out there. So I can definitely show someone how to do that. But I also think there's nothing wrong with not selling 600,000, selling 400,000, 300,000. And having a high ROI and pocketing. There's so many, and I think I said this last time we talked. There are so many ways to make money in this business, and I feel like people are always like, "What's he doing? What's she doing? What are they doing?" And my advice is like, find something that feels good to you, that you're making money and you're happy, with the return on
Amen.
investment, and just dial that in, baby. Just dial
Yeah.
it in and stick with it for a while, because too many people, they're like the stock market,
Ah,
up and down, change, change, change. Don't do that. Just
no.
pick a lane, stick with it, and then look back, and if you want a different strategy, have some feedback to look
Yeah.
at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel like your superpower from what I can see. I know it's, when you're pissed off, but I think personally, I think your superpower
Besides that,
is is your ability to stay focused. And I think a lot of people, like you just said, they struggle with that. What's the goal? They change it. How am I? What's the marketing? How many I get in front of people? Oh, I don't want to do that this week. I'm going to try this, and they get it shiny object syndrome. And you're not going to do 645 without really leaning in and staying focused for a long period of time.
because every time you change what you're doing, there is an opportunity cost there. And I've seen that even this year when I kind of changed what I was doing.
Yeah.
There's a temporary setback, but I just think you have to give things enough time to work themselves out, and you've got to kind of hone in what you're doing, your
True.
skill, everything. And so another thing is, I see people. This just brings me to thought of people coming into insurance and doing it for 4 weeks and go, this doesn't work. I'm going to go back to real estate, or I'm going to go back to whatever.
Mm,
And it's like people quit too soon. Like,
yeah.
really, anchor yourself and decide, like I said earlier, make a decision. And that's when the magic starts to happen. And I've seen that time and time again, because I'm in the middle of my 4th year in the business. So I feel like,
Wow.
and 4 years in insurance is like 10 years. So you
Yeah.
heard that
Correct. Correct. Maybe 40. Maybe 40. Maybe his whole career.
right. We're getting old.
I've seen the images and the memes and stuff. Yeah, where it's like the person looks like they're 21, and then 1 year later it looks like they're 61. Yeah, it's like it's hilarious.
Like
But,
when people, presidents go into office and they show them after 4 years,
oh,
that's what happens in insurance.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So for those that are listening,
We're
um,
joking. We're joking.
we're
It's not
kidding.
that
You're brand new. It's not that bad. It doesn't actually happen. I think I look younger than I did when just kidding. I definitely don't. But it's been a long time
You
ago.
know what? And I want to amend that. It's not insurance, it's entrepreneurship. It's
Yeah.
entrepreneurship,
Amen.
because just a lot happens. And I love insurance. And it is an entrepreneurial journey. So, but
Yes.
I
Yes.
think you can go farther with insurance, as entrepreneur, because it's just, you can scale it faster. It's a lower cost of entry. Um, you can make money really quickly in this business. So if you're going to be an entrepreneur, I recommend insurance, but
Yeah.
it is entrepreneurship. There's a lot of risk.
Yeah, it's I mean, statistically, sure, it's the toughest, entrepreneurial career in the world, but it's also the most financially rewarding, and it doesn't take a lot, to your point, like, to go start anything. Okay, so like in college, I started a slam dunk cleaning. It was a office cleaning business. We called it slam dunk cleaning because I played basketball on the basketball team, and my buddy and I, Ty, we did that, and dude, we had to buy vacuums and mops and rags and buckets and all kind of stuff. Like we spent over $1,000 just getting freaking crap to go clean stuff. Like insurance. You have some study material, you schedule your test, and you pay for a license, and you're in business.
Probably like $300 to $500 to get started. And then
Yeah,
I don't know what it is now, but when I got started, you got to get your E&O. And then, you
true.
go buy leads. But the thing is, I don't see leads as an expense. A lot of new people come in and they go, oh my gosh, I've got to buy leads. How much? I
Yeah.
can't afford it. It's like, you don't
Mm,
realize that buying the leads
yeah.
investment, you're going to 3, 4x it. So you're going to get it back. So
Correct. And if yeah, if seeing people is the lifeblood of your business, it would be like, I think you may have said this. Somebody said it recently. It'd be like McDonald's not buying hamburger patties. Like
yeah,
it's just gonna happen. It's literally a part of the business, which is cool. And
it is the business. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, how many leads do you think you worked last year? Like
Oh my gosh.
Like you said 5K a week ish, how many leads is that?
I have no idea, but I had 20 to 40 appointments a week,
Oh,
every
wow.
week.
So it's probably like 100 leads a week, 80.
Yeah.
I don't know, a
Hmm.
lot. Yeah. So, I mean, you probably worked, let's just call it, you probably worked 4 to 5,000 leads
Yeah.
ish, right? That's a lot. That's a lot of leads. Yeah. That's a lot
It's
of
a
leads.
lot of things. Yeah.
What's some of the, you've got a few like practical tips that you're wanting to share. What are some of those that are like, man, this is like something that will really help you start to get consistently into the six figures?
So I have them here on my phone. I'm
Let's
going to
do
share
it.
a couple.
Okay.
You can tell me if you don't agree with these because some of
Okay.
these might be controversial. So the first one
Yeah.
I have is offer a higher starting quote. What I see a lot of new agents do is they get there and they get a client and they want to get an insurance policy. And they're like, okay, here's a $20 a month policy. Here's a $30 a month policy. Here's a $40 a month policy.
Yeah.
And what I say to them is, you need to stay in business. Your time is valuable. They're buying small policies. You're getting a $400, AP policy because you're offering them. That's what you're offering them. So what I tell them is, try to start your first quote, your first rate at around $80 a month.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on that?
And we're talking about mortgage or final expense or
Mortgage protection, but also final expense. I mean, it's
yeah.
usually about the same.
I like starting with higher. Yeah. I used to always show my first quote used to always be first option, whatever, used to always be over $100 a month. Yeah.
There you go.
The first
And
one.
if you
Yeah.
do $83 a month, it's going to come out to about $1,000 AP. And remember, you can always go down from there if the client's like, oh,
Correct.
that's too expensive. But if you start low, anything you go higher than that, their
Yeah.
frame of reference is now $30, $40 a month. So
Yep.
you want to stay in business, you want to continue to help families. And it's never a bad idea to get someone, more coverage.
Yeah,
So,
because we've all had that time too where you throw something out, they're like, okay, perfect, I'll take it. And you're like, crap. I think I left some money on the table, you know?
Yes, yes. I see that a lot with new
Oh, yeah.
agents.
They sell with their own wallet. That's what I've always said. Don't sell with your own
Yes, and
wallet.
I do that too, and it's very common. So don't feel bad about it, but remember that, yeah, don't project your limitations or what you think is affordable onto them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, another tip, do not email quotes. 10
Amen.
out of 10 times they are not going to read it. They're not going to respond. It's just a way to push you off. Accurate quotes are given over the phone or on Zoom, not email, because this is an interactive process, right? So we're asking them health questions. We're a professional.
Yep.
And so don't give away your power and give quotes over email. Just trust me, it never works out.
Amen.
That's my opinion.
I agree.
And then last one, well, I have more, but automate your lead spend. A lot of people buy their leads based on how they feel. Are they feeling abundant? Is there
Mm,
money in their bank account? Oh, well, then I'll buy leads today. Oh,
yeah.
I'm broke. I just paid my mortgage. I just paid my car note. I don't have money. Don't do that. Budget it in.
No,
Pick a day. Put it on your calendar. I buy leads on this day.
that's
If
right.
you're, buying them, if you're going online, if you're going to Kaboom and you're buying them, automate the days that you buy it. That way you always have fresh leads. Because if you're buying based on your
Amen.
mood, that's not how business works. You got to,
Yeah.
if you're not buying, you're dying. So,
Yeah. Amen. To your point, like we have over 100 agents on a weekly subscription on Kaboom. The ones that produce the most and the most consistent, have the most wins, are the ones that are just investing in business the most often. So I was trying to find something to disagree with, but so far I agree with all three of
good.
these.
Yeah, and just take your emotions out of buying the leads. Just,
Mm,
like you said, McDonald's buys the patties for the burgers. They're not like, do I feel like buying hamburgers today? No, this is what creates the money and the cash flow. You just got to keep doing it. So
amen.
those are just some
100%.
tips kind of
Good.
directed at new agents. So
Yeah, phenomenal tips, really good. If they want to keep, also, I'm incredibly impressed with you. I appreciate all you're doing, and I appreciate how you're helping agents. I love that agents are reaching out and you're helping them. I like that you're coming back to share your story. I want to keep doing more with Mallory. I'm going to say that publicly. She's awesome. If they want to learn more, speak to you, follow you, whatever, what do they do and where do they go?
Yep. So I share a ton on my Instagram. I've been sharing my story since I got started. It's at the Mallory Kroos, and I'll just spell it the Mallory Kroos, Kroos, not how you think it's spelled, Kroos. And I pretty much share and post every day on there. So
it's awesome. That's amazing. Well, thank you for all you're doing. Congrats on amazing 2024. Congrats on pouring into agents and helping your agency this year. And thanks for coming back on the channel.
thank you, Cody. This was awesome. Thanks.
Appreciate you. Also appreciate you guys hanging and listening, man. What an amazing interview. Phenomenal tips. I appreciate Mallory coming back and sharing this. Definitely check her out at the Mallory Kroos, Kroos. Phenomenal tips, right? Offering, start with a higher quote. Don't email them. Automate your lead spend. Phenomenal advice. And as always, if you're looking to continue to grow or you're hearing power players for the first time and you're like, man, how do I get around these people? They all come to 8% Nation 2025. It's coming up in July in Plano. If you haven't got your ticket, go to 8%nation.com. We will see you there. And as always, if you enjoyed this thing, share it out. Make sure other agents can hear it. And we will see you on the next episode of the Power Player Podcast.